People aren't able to scale their Amazon business because they don't know how to analyze products correctly. I've scaled my Amazon business to multiple six figures in profit reselling name brand items on Amazon, and in this video I'm going to show you guys exactly how to tell the difference between a good product and a bad product. Let's go ahead and get into it.
Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to look at when we want to see if a product is good or not, we need to have a set in stone criteria. This is an SOP that I give to my virtual assistants. This is my genuine criteria, right? Minimum profit is $3. If something is close to $3 profit, but it's higher ROI, then I'll take it, right? Minimum ROI is 30%. We need a higher return on investment. We could do maybe if it's like $15, $20 profit and it's at like 20% ROI or 25% ROI, then I maybe might take it. You know, it just depends. But we want to have most of our catalog, we want our products to be $3 profit, 30% ROI, right? Next, ensure the brand does not sell on the listing. So you don't have any issues with that. Ensure the brand is not selling on the listing. Why would a brand want you on a listing? They could sell the items themselves. Check keeper charge for IP complaints, right? So if the line is going like this all the way down, right? 20, 30, 40, 50 sellers get kicked off a listing for no reason, right? That's unnatural. That's an IP complaint. And also ensure the listings that you're actually getting on, like there's sales going on in those listings. So for me, I don't like clothing and shoes just because of the returns and everything. I just tend to avoid them. I know a lot of people that do it. So that depends on the seller. So for me, I just don't sell any, you know, there's just so many different niches to get into. Minimum sales 50 plus per month. Only exception is that there's like only 4 to 5 sellers on the listing. So we want a sales match, but we want Amazon verifying that our products are actually selling. No hazmat, no dangerous goods, right? Seller app will tell you if it's that or not. No generic branding. I know you'll get ungated for a brand that you probably shouldn't be getting ungated for. And the keeper chart requirements, check the price and ensure that it doesn't go dramatically lower than the break-even price at any point in time. I'm going to show you guys that later on in this video. Always check the seller count, see how many sellers are on that listing, because let's just say the price hasn't been tanked yet. You know, people are starting to get on the listing. What's going to tend to happen? There's not enough sales in that listing to accommodate for all those new sellers getting on. They're going to start penny pinching, right? When people's items start to not sell, people start panicking. People want their money back. And that's where listings tend to tank. If you could check the offer count and predict that from happening, you could avoid yourself from, you know, losing money, having your money spent on a product that is going to take 6 months to sell out, right? We don't want that. So if seller count increases dramatically, pass on the product. Verify sales are accurate. Best way to check if the sales are accurate on a listing is the sales badge on Amazon. This is an example of a sales badge, 500 plus in past month. This is an example of a sales. Amazon is verifying that this item sells 500 plus times. Only source from legit websites. If a product is too good to be true, right, you're getting it for just such a cheap enough price, use Trustpilot to verify it, use Google to pair it. Does it have a Shopify checkout? So there's going to be ways to actually verify that the listing that you're getting on. Now that we have some criteria, some structure when we're doing product research, let's look at a couple of examples of some products that we can look at to source and see if we would buy it or not. Okay guys, so this is the first product we're going to be looking at. $13 profit, 37% ROI. This product is beautiful. Margins are amazing, right? First thing we want to look at is this first pig chart over here. This is the buy box price, the most important price. This is what the items actually sell. When the buy box, you get sales on it. So we're using Keepa. We're checking to see, okay, April 16th, right, is sold for 86. Right now it's May 1st. It's selling for 65. So as you can see, we're still profitable. If we got on this listing a month ago, we would have been able to sell it at 82. So in 1 month, that's almost $15 to $20 decreased. Why? Why did that happen? That's a question you're going to have to ask yourself. And that's where we're going to go to our offer count over here. April 1st, there were 6 sellers on this list. May 1st, there were 80 people on this listing. 70 people jumped on a listing in 1 month. We're looking at this decrease over here. This is due to increased competition. The only reason that it's still at 60 and 65 and not at like $40 or $30 and it's not profitable anymore is because the velocity has matched it. There's enough sales to where everybody's getting sales on this listing. Usually on a listing like this, it would just keep going down. It wouldn't make a recovery. It would just keep going down and down and down. So this is the only time I would accept getting on a listing like this. Obviously, there's other things that will go into it, like where are these people getting it from? Like I know this lead, the place where these sellers are getting it from, you can't buy this stuff in bulk. That's why all these sellers are selling it. Everyone's eating on this listing. Right? This is an example of just a beautiful product. Obviously, we have this over here. I think some sellers got ungated or something. This jump is a bit weird. I would be a little like iffy if 20 sellers just got picked off the listing. That would be like IP complaint, but 20 people just got approved to sell this. That's like, okay, there's more people on the listings. Offer count is like the second thing you want to look at, right? If offer count's going up, the buy box is staying the same. That means velocity is good. Velocity, which I mean sales. How much times is this listing selling a month? Because it can be 100. It could be like what, 80 people on this listing, and the buy box is fairly stable. And I'll tell you guys why, right? This is not normal. There's 2 reasons why this buy box is stable. Because everyone can only get about like 3, 6, 9 units because I know where they're getting it from. And second, the listing is going up to 2K sales per month. 2, 3K, it might even go up. So this is just an example of just a winning product. This isn't a normal product. This product has only been out for 100 days. This is the first listing that you're gonna get on. Some of my students, they got on over here. They got on at 87, right? So they were getting $30 profit, 88% ROI. That's why I waited a bit to do an ASIN review. The next thing I want to talk about is the importance of being early to a listing, right? What happened is these guys, and using Keepa Product Finder is going to get you early to these type of listings over here. 5, 10. These people are eating over here. They're all selling out. You see how it's a different storefront every single time? And these guys are FBMing, because if they FBA, it's going to take like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks, and then they're going to end up getting sales over here, right? So you want to be one of these guys over here. And that's why manual sourcing and using Keepa Product Finder are just so important. If you try to reverse source other people, you're in that rat race, you don't know how to build your margin, you don't know how to do anything. That's okay, that's cool. You'll still get some sales on the downward. You'll be one of these people over here, but it's not sustainable. You want to be one of these guys over here. These are the people making real money. So you want to be one of these guys over here. And that's for a whole nother video. I just want to show you guys how to analyze listings to see if it sells. My final decision on this listing, this is still sustainable, right? Like I can sell it at 64 and still make a profit. I like to be very conservative. Let's just say it tanks $10. I'm still profiting $5. Worst case scenario, it sells $55. I'm profiting basically $5 in profit, 13% ROI. That's my worst case scenario. It just depends on how fast I get the profit. So something like this, I'm very late to this listing, right? I can't extract the fruits of this listing to the complete maximum. I would get like 3 to 5 units, hope that this goes 2 to 3, or I would just avoid the listing in general. If you were to show me this ASIN over here, it would be beautiful. I tell you guys, we had our mentees looping this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 units and just eating off of this list. This is a solid product, right? We're a bit late to this, right? But there's going to be multiple products like this that happen every single year. Guys, we have this product over here, Nugent Furzine, right? Okay, 500 plus a month. Let's see how much it weighs. It weighs a pound. FBM cost shouldn't be that much. Offer count's going up. How long has this listing been on there? Okay, so this listing has been here for a couple of years. Let's check the yearly. Is anything weird going on? Nothing weird is going on. People are getting on this listing. Velocity is going up, right? It just keeps going up. This is a good sign. When sales happens, everyone eats. Issue is when sales aren't going up and people buy a lot of stock, items aren't selling out, and they start having penny pinching wars. So over here, offer count's going up, right? There's movement. Offer count's staying at 30, it's consistent at 30. Sales are just going up and up and up, right? It's at what, 500 plus pop? I don't know what this is. Is this something for like the summer or something? Maybe it's a seasonal item. Check the yearly data. No, it's not a season. Because then if it was a seasonal item, this would happen every single year around summertime. So I don't think it's a seasonal. Couple of big sellers on here. Next thing I would do is, okay, this product, it looks good. Everything's stable, right? Offer count went up, but then it stabilized. Okay, multiple people are kind of winning buy box. Now let's check the data. Let's check the buy box statistics. Let's see who's winning the proper distributors is winning 45%. My key, what I tell my students is 80%, right? If someone is winning more than 80% of the buy box, one seller, I would avoid it. So he's only 45, that's okay. 13%, 5, 5, 5. This is good, right? 5% of 500. Like we can take that. We can get in here and make some sales. All these guys are FBA, so I wouldn't think about FBMing, right? And with FBA, you could price higher too. This guy wanted FBM 4%. As you can see this pattern over here, he won it at a lesser price. So it'd be better for us to FBA. This just looks like a solid lead, right? So now, next thing I would do is like, okay, how recent have these guys won the So the top 2 people are sharing buy box over here. I want to go 30. Let's go with the range of 30. Okay, so this guy just won it now. But yeah, you could get on an item like this. Okay. What worried me, right? There are 2 big sellers on here. They both had like big amount of reviews, but there's other sellers with less reviews on this listing. It looks like there's some space for us to get on, right? 500 plus, it's only going up, right? I wouldn't be surprised if this day go to 600, 700, 800, right? All right, guys. So we got this beef jerky treats for dogs bundle of 2. I love these little bundles. I love these that sell 100, 200, 300 plus times a month. We're getting it for $11.29. We're selling it for $22.98. We're almost at our criteria. $3 profit, 30% ROI. You know how the buy box is looking. Okay, so we got some FBM sellers on here. Okay, so the velocity at a standstill, this is where it gets a little iffy. right? Sales are at the same, right? But there's more sellers getting on. So like 3 months ago in March or in February, there were about like 14 sellers. Now they're like, what, 21? So like 5 to 6 to 7 people got on this listing. Okay, so it had another spike like this. This is what I want to show you guys, right? As the offer count goes up, buy box is just going to go down. If we were selling this for 24, that'd be 3.67 profit, 32% ROI. Like that hits our criteria. But more people got on the listing and then it just went down. This idiot just tanked the whole listing, 18.75. He's not profiting anything. And then they brought it down. This guy's probably liquidating at 13.9. He's an idiot too. I don't know what he's doing. This is a item that what I would do is I would track it, right? So I'd go over here and then I'd go to, if it goes higher than 24, the buy box price goes over $24, keep us going to send us an email in the next year. Okay, so he just won the buy box at 23.17, almost at criteria. So you could either get in, buy 5-10 units, or wait for it to get to 24. I'd probably wait for it to get to 24, let some of the competition get off, and then 3.67, $32. That's money.
If you guys want to work with me to see how we could start or scale your Amazon business to $10,000 per month, guaranteed, I'm going to put a link down in the bio to work with you one-on-one. Join the demo call. There's no pressure, no nothing. And then we'll see if we can help you or not. And if you guys got value from this video, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.